From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big midday and a big holidays LALATE on LALATE right now, live and direct from Santa Monica, California. And in the first half of this recording, we're going to go over the incredible great news as the debt ceiling limit passed last night, moving to February. And in the report stimulus check updated 2021 today, this is going to be big for more stimulus because it frees up everyone's schedule on the Senate to get that recon done quickly. And there's a lot more checks going in this incredible recon. And at noontime, you're going to see that 5 of 6 senators we've been advocating to say in the last 7 days that they're putting in an MLC. Yes, this is great news. You're going to hear live and exclusive on holidays right today. Then the programs that have lots of checks in there are getting bigger and bolder by the minute. We've seen about $50,000 to $60,000 of checks under fourth stimulus. But no time to wait for fourth stimulus because you didn't get your bills paid today. Third stimulus is paying big sums of money right out the board, and I'm going to show you how viewers are getting thousands of dollars right today on third stimulus. Then we'll turn to the student loan debt forgiveness. Also, we'll turn over the big exciting details of fifth stimulus and the breaking news about that blowout labor number released this morning. The jobs number was absolutely incredible. All the latest details. And in the second half of this video, we go to the casino. We pick up our cowboy boots and we look at how to decorate the holiday season with beverage containers. And we'll be looking at items from Avion all the way over to Absolute. And yes, these are shot glasses in cowboy boots. Those details and more as we kick up our shoes and heels and hooves. If you're a cow, because guess what? It's time right now for the excitement of holidays. LALATE. Thank you for joining me on Holidays LA today. Today, in today's report, we have a lot of breaking news. As the passage of the debt ceiling limit overnight is great news for your recon because it frees up everyone's schedules in the Senate. The Senate is bound to add a lot more checks to the incredible recon that already has a lot of checks in there. And in this recording, we're going to go. over all the incredible checks in this incredible recording. Hopefully the audio clears up in just a second. And the recon has lots of checks across the board. Then we're going to look at the big items in that third stimulus. The big checks already in there, and the checks that are coming across the board. We're looking at student loan debt forgiveness, those details and more. Plus this stimulus and those incredible items. It's a big recording. Hopefully the audio clears itself up in just a second. But first, jump down into the chat and make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of the incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000 likes, and also consider becoming a member. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for the LALATE alerts, please do so. The link is under the video today. And Well, here we go. The incredible news overnight is that the recon passed the House of Representatives and then passed over to the Senate, but also passing overnight is the incredible debt ceiling limit. And that debt ceiling limit is now going to become a law. The latest details in today's recording starts with incredible checks on recon, and those details start with nearly $15,000 of checks in this incredible recon. Let's go over the first cluster of checks starting right now. They got hazard pay. The audio cleared itself up. Hazard pay got in there. That is for my essential workers. And the $4,000 of elder care across the board. They got the money in there also for the CTC, $3,600. And then the big money for the Pell Grant, $550 checks got in there. They got in there as well the big money for the home repairs. Also, $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle. Wow. And this, the first cluster. You're going to see in this incredible recon that there's at least $60,000 of checks, and there's a lot of add-ons. The first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters here in Southern California. She wanted $25,000. They got a little bit less, and what is it? Is free money for the purchase of your first home. They got it in there, and wow, this is incredible. That money goes on top of what we're talking about across the board. How do you get it? Stay with me. Let's go to the second cluster of checks, home repairs and paid leave. Well, they got that home repairs in there, the paid leave, the household tax credit, and the pre-kindergarten across the board. The second wonderful add-on comes from Bob Casey. He got that provision in there. He wanted home health care. He got it in there. He wanted $250. He got a little bit less. The money will be great. And this is for my individuals on who are seniors and also people on disabilities. It is a little bit less than $250. They got that third cluster checks passed in there as well. Seniors and also free internet. Also, the weather also in that third cluster, free money for internet, the independent contractors, the nutrition, school meals, and also the items for the seniors. There are 2 items that they got in there for the seniors on the House side, 3 items coming on the Senate side. The House side items got in there is the dropping the eligibility age of doing the Medicaid gap fix. And they also got the hearing in there. On the Senate side, they're going to do the drop in the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision, which brings us to our third add-on. And this is breaking news you're hearing for the first time at noontime. 5 of 6 senators now say they're putting in at least 1 or more IRS stimulus checks. There you go. I told you to re-advocate again because we had advocated since the month of May. This channel is the biggest place on the map in the United States for advocacy of your forced stimulus recon, with no less than 5 million phone calls made to those 6 legislators. But now, once the legislation got in the Senate 2 weeks ago, I said re-advocate. I said pick up the phone and call those 6 senators, and it is snowballed. It is absolutely snowballed. It started with Janet in this show the Thursday of Thanksgiving. She had picked up the phone the Wednesday before, called Leader Schumer's office, advocated for its inclusion, and was told it's going in there. Got that incredible message. Then Lynn Glenn picked up the phone and called Chris Coons' office this last Tuesday, was told it's going in there. Then Bonnie Kell yesterday picked up the phone and called Liz Warren's office and was told it's going in there. And Tyrell last night picked up the phone and confirmed that he had reached out to Liz Warren's office and told it was going in there as well. So now in total, we have 5 of the 6 senators. The only missing ingredient is Ron Wyden. So pick up the phone and advocate to Ron Wyden. And who again of those 6 senators you want to advocate to? Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. All of them have told viewers in the last 7 days it's going in there with the exception of Ron Wyden. So pick up the phone and contact Ron Wyden's office as well. When we look at that MSC, what are we looking at? We're looking at least 1 or more stimulus checks IRS. And they want to do the same eligibility as third. They represent to viewers of this channel. Single individuals got it, 70,000 or less. Married couple, 150,000 or less. Double it, got it. Family 4, quadruple it. If you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits, they get it as well. The important thing when you look at that MSC is we're talking about at least 1 or more IRS stimulus checks, and this is exclusive details you're hearing on this channel. Thousands of viewers have been advocating since the month of May on this channel. Nearly 5 million phone calls so far. And I said to re-advocate in the last 7 days, because now the legislation is in their ballpark and they're vowing to add a lot of items to there. And they now say they are still doing it. What's important to understand is that phone call is the best. Talking to a staffer is the best. The next best is a voicemail. When they talk about the provisions, they have different approaches, but we have heard $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for up to 6 months. And what you need to do is pick up the phone and advocate across the board. And who do you advocate to? Again, those senators are very important. And those 6 senators you want to advocate to are the following. You want to advocate to Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. Meantime, a lot of other breaking news you're hearing for the first time at noontime. First, the debt ceiling limit passed last night. Passed in the House, passed in the Senate, will now become law. It moves the debt ceiling limit to the month of February. I told you it was going to pass. I told you there's going to be no resistance. And the great news is it frees up the schedule of the senators to get that recon done this month. Great news. Number 2. The other great news about that vote last night is because the guy from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, voted in favor of the debt ceiling limit extension. There was a lot of talk, even from his mouth, that he's going to vote against it, which is big. Because I've been telling you for 5, 6, 7 months that Joe Manchin always does the same thing. Says he's going to vote against something, and when the vote is called, he votes with his fellow Democrats. So huge news on that. The other big news breaking today is the jobs number released early this morning. I was watching it live when the announcement came in, and it is a blowout, incredible, great report. What does it show? It basically shows people are employed, people are back to work, and there's no labor shortage as badly as we initially thought. First, the jobs number released every month has a top-line number, the marquee number of many, many different numbers that are in the report. The marquee number was bad, and that marquee number shows how many jobs were created by private employers last month. It was a bad number. But the other numbers were all astronomically better than anyone thought would happen. Number 1, unemployment number. The best unemployment number since 2019. Yes, very few people are unemployed now in the United States. It is less than 3 million Americans are unemployed. The Federal Reserve wants a 2% unemployment rate by next year, and they are almost there. The number is breaking on the threshold of getting sub 3 million any minute. The Federal Reserve wants about 2.8% by next year. So this is huge. Less than 3% of the American public is now unemployed. Number 2, the number of unemployed Latinos and African Americans are the best number since 2019. The number of African and Latinos dropped, unemployment dropped dramatically, shows they're the best employment numbers since 2019. Number 3, it showed that labor shortage is the best we've seen since in many, many months. Labor shortage means that people are not returning to the labor market, staying on the wayside. Well, it showed those people came back into the labor market, are not sitting by the wayside anymore. Maybe it's because they think COVID is no longer an issue, maybe because of seasonality, maybe because they think the salaries are good. They came back in the workforce. It's good for you for many reasons. I'll explain to you in a second. Lastly, the price of labor dropped dramatically, which means that salary escalation is not happening. This is all good for you. What does it mean? The best thing for you is that this means inflation's coming down very quickly. First, inflation is caused by supply chain, meaning you don't have a tow truck, you don't have a truck driver to get in that truck to drive the goods from the port to you. Well, now they got those truck drivers. Now they're coming back in the workforce. They are filling the job openings. There's no shortage of the workers like there was before, and there's no strain upon the employer to be charged more money for their labor. So we're going back to those pre-pandemic numbers, which means goods are going to ship, price of goods are going to come down, inflation is going to come down, cost of living is going to be easier for you. This is all great news. On the employer side, if you are an employer, this is good news for you. Less labor shortage, less demand for price escalation labor price escalation across the board. All incredibly great news. In the second half of this video, we'll be turning to how to do holiday decor with drinking items. In this video, we're going to look at beverage items, again, continuing our theme from yesterday, the holiday mugs, and we're going to look at how to buy sensibly those one opportunity items from the beverage companies that come out once per year. Yes, those details and more. Get ready with your beverage in hand. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Holidays LA heats up in the second half of this video. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now. How are ya? Holidays LA continues right now live and direct from Santa Monica, California. And boy, 2 topics this holiday season in this recording. We're going to go over how to decorate the dining room table or the living room table with beverage drinking items, and then how to buy the beverage distillers items that are one opportunities in the stores and how to sensibly choose the right ones. Those are coming up starting right now. Yesterday we went over holiday mugs, and to continue with that theme today, we go to non-mugs but other holiday item beverage drinking decorations. And first up is cowboy boots. Yes, who would know that this is the type of novelty you want to have on that holiday table? It's this type of novelty that talks the talk and helps people get into the holiday spirit of chatter. You sit down at the holiday table and you say, where's my beverage drinking item? There it is. It's right there. A cowboy boot. And what's even better is when everyone has their own type of cowboy boot. Yes, very different across the board. In my right hand is a blue cowboy boot. It's a little bit washed out because the production camera is, let me bring it a little bit closer in. There you go. Has your buckle, has your Mexico delineation at the top, and has your beverage shot glass in the top. Now, here we go with that fake eel. It's not a real eel, but it's fake eel. And what better way to bring the chatter to the table than to discuss, oh, this is what we're drinking from? Yeah, it's the way you do a holiday decor is, in this case, a light snakeskin, fake snakeskin, white, bringing something that's different. Yesterday, we talked about the holiday mugs, how the holiday mugs really bring the uniqueness of your sensibility of style to that table. And certainly, people may not be expecting you, of all people, to have a Texan or cowboy theme at the holiday table, and you may not expect to have anything else Texan on the table. But this is the sporadic, the randomness of holidays. When you go to that holiday table, you don't have to have a theme. You don't have to have a cowboy theme. You don't have to even have a boot theme or a beverage theme. But throwing something so random as this on a table that may be cluttered with red and green balls will spice it up. And people say, really? I love it. Something like this is very sensible. In this case, these are actually made in Mexico. So these are actually real cowboy boots made with real cowboy leather. They're actually leather, and they are wonderful. Something like this is great on the table because it is so multi-purpose. You can also use this purely for decoration purposes, or you can use it for beverage. And that's what's great. You don't have to think of it as purely an alcohol play. It can be, a wonderful fruit drink. It can be something for the children. It can be something for adults. Everyone loves something playful like this. So think out of the box when you're decorating that holiday table and go for something that is very inconsistent. I'll be jumping in the live chat with you in a second, but the question is for today, what type of beverage items do you put on the holiday table that surprises people that they didn't think it was going to be there? This is a little bit broader than yesterday's mugs, so we're taking it to any other type of beverage item that sort of presses the envelope. Tell me what type of beverage item you drop on the holiday table that really presses the envelope and gets them talking. Now, let's turn to our second topic of today, which is buying that drink promotion bottle for the holiday season that is a one opportunity, or passing it up. Which do you do? Do you buy it, or do you say, no, I'm going to pass it up? My message yesterday is if you see something that gives you a gut reaction, buy it. One person was in the live chat and she laughed right back at me. She said, so if my husband says, why did I buy it? Because LALATE said to buy it. Yesterday, we were talking about the context of Ross and Marshall's department stores. In the basement, they often have the home decor and they have these insanely large, very unusual, one opportunity holiday items. And if it resonates with you, if you feel that emotional reaction, buy it. Because they don't buy it for all the stores. You go home, you come back in 2 hours, it's going to be gone. Now, what I'm going to talk about right now is not something that's store unique. It's seasonally unique. And the one opportunity in front of you is going to be gone by a blink of an eye. One opportunity, the shortening of the word is called one op. I mean, it's a one opportunity. Here is a one opportunity, and it debuted in the holiday season a few years ago. This is not recent. So, and this was by Absolute. It was called a gift pack. And what are you looking at? You're looking at Absolute inside a disco container. So this is not the Absolute. It's actually in there. And they wrapped it in a special container that is the shape of Absolute, that is done in the style of a disco ball. Amazing. It's not rhinestones, but it's done like a disco ball. And I've had it through the years. It starts to tarnish a little bit. It's not, anything high-end manufacturing. But boy, doesn't it resonate. If you saw this video right now and you're like, I want that. Sorry, you can't go to the store and buy it. It was a one opportunity. It was that season. Now, you can always go to eBay and choose something that was, many seasons ago and see if someone is reselling it. But as a one opportunity, there and gone. Absolute is an example of a great beverage company that does these one opportunities. They're there, and if you see and you're like, wow, that is incredible, buy it. Don't wait. It may be in the case of a wrapper, which this is. This is all like a plastic done as a metal. It's not really metal. It's plastic done with a processing of the sheeting that makes it reflective. They are on the concave and the convex so that they do reflect the light. You see how it's reflecting the light so well. Then sometimes they do glasses that go with the beverage, or it's the bottle itself. You want to get something that is a little bit more than just the bottle. You want to get something that may be glassware or a wrapper or something they add with it. Sometimes they'll throw in a napkin or a cloth or a towel that is just unique for that holiday season. You'll buy it. People come next year, the year after, like, I love that. Where can I buy it? You'll say, it was last year. It's a one opportunity. They don't do it anymore. If you've had a one opportunity purchase, jump in the live chat as well. I'm going to see some of your incredible comments in just a second. I'm going to go to another one opportunity. Now, this one, I think, is probably one of my best one opportunities for holidays because it's just mind-blowing. It's just really mind-blowing. And watch how heavy it is. So I'm being very careful to bring it on camera. Here you go. Yeah, what are you looking at? You're looking at the 2005 Avion Christmas tree. This is a glass bottle. And yeah, you saw my reaction. It's heavy. This is about 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. It is a heavy glass bottle with the ribbing on the side like a Christmas tree. And then the top is red. You see that correctly. That is red glass. You take off the top, and in there is the Avion top of the bottle. Let's bring it a little close to the camera. There you go. That is Evian 2005, all filled with beautiful Evian water. Imagine how gorgeous this is. Now, this is something you leave out all year long. This is something you never use. This is something that is part of the sentiment of the room. You don't have to put it away during the holiday season. Yeah, it's very Christmas tree-ish, but it's also spectacular. It is glass. It's not crystal, just glass. And it is so substantial as an item and so heavy as an item, which I'm going to put down right now, that it just captivates you. It really captivates you. You can put this 15 feet away in the room and look at it and you're like, wow, is that a Christmas tree of glass? It is. So let me jump in the live chat right now. Gotta move the absolute to get to the production swing of here. But let's jump in the live chat right now and see some of your comments about, if I can find you. I can hardly find you. Where are you? Let's see if I can find you. There you are. So we got so many props on set, I can hardly find you. Let's see some of the great stuff. Sandy says, "And do you see my comments?" I see your comments, Sandy. How you doing? It says Clifford. Pepsi needs to make a bottle like that, says Shannon. Yeah, Pepsi does. Absolutely. Sandy says, "Ellie, that's gorgeous." Which one did you like, Sandy? Did you like the Evian or did you like the Absolute? They're both beautiful for different reasons. The Evian is aesthetically beautiful, but the Absolute is a wow. It is, you stare and you're like, what is that? Oh, it's a disco ball wrapper. Those are beautiful, says Shannon. I appreciate that. There's someone who also likes the bottle, and that is Sonia. I'm having, if you know what I'm doing, I'm having to move around the items because it's substantial. Evian, Anne likes the Evian bottle as well. So a lot of people are liking the Evian bottle. And I got to tell you, not expensive. I mean, it wasn't even $20. I mean, these things were not expensive when they're made. Now, they're out there. A disco bottle. Cool, says Anne. Yes. Absolute does something every year. And they may do sometimes in some years something for Christmas and something for New Year's. Clearly, this was a New Year's item that they rolled out in Christmas because people buy their Christmas items ahead of time. There's Julie says, "No, lo siento por un SPAC." She wants me to cover SPACs. I'm not covering SPACs here. Sandy liked the disco container, which is Absolute. There you go. So they're very, very different items across the board. Here's Clifford. It says, "My older sister sent me one of these 2 photo frames, and inside was my cat." Oh, how beautiful. Love them. Sandy, can you ship both of them to me? Now, ironically, the price point on these things is just insanely reasonable. What are they doing here? What are they doing with these promotional items? They are not generally marking up the price any more than would normally be. Now, in the case of Absolute, if you were going to buy some Absolute, it's generally, $12 or $13. This is generally the same price. It just happens to have a wrapper. So instead of $12 for an unwrapped item, it's $12 with a wrapped item. So you're not going to see a raise of your price point at all for these items during the holiday season. You're just going to see the same item debuted in something a little bit more special for the holiday season. What are the type of items you have that are one opportunities around the house? If it's a beverage item, like it's a Pepsi or Coca-Cola or an Evian or Absolute, do you have something like that? Lorraine says loves the Evian as well. Sandy says it's absolutely. Absolutely. It just happened to me, says Sandy. Why I like the beverage companies is because they go to the mat. They have a production team on staff to come up with design elements. So this is something they routinely do it. They may do it for Cinco de Mayo. They may do it for 4th of July. And yeah, if you're getting overload of information right now, it should be happening. These one opportunities are not unique to only Christmas or New Year's Eve. They do them other times of the year. So if you say, wait, I never thought about that. So go get something now for yourself for Christmas. Go back and check for New Year's Eve. And then get ready for February, which will be Valentine's Day. They will have something for Valentine's Day. Then they'll have something for Easter. Then they'll have something for 4th of July. They have something for every season. So if you never thought about going to buy a particular type of Avion bottle, yeah, they'll have something perhaps in the shape of an Easter bunny. They may have something in the shape of a disco ball for New Year's Eve. They do it all the time. This is part of their brand awareness, part of their marketing scheme, and it works really well. Who else does something like this? The department stores do something like this, and ironically, also who does something like this is your local museums. I was on a auction website last night looking at stuff that they're going to have privately for auction, and one of the items I looked at was a Jeffrey Koons. Now, Jeffrey Koons is an artist who does these balloon sculptures. It looks like it's a balloon, but it's actually sculpture. And he's known for the balloon dog. So I was looking at one item and it said museum. And I said, what do you mean museum? I thought it meant it came from a museum. No, what happened was he had a lot of these items made and sold in the museum shops. So a lot of the museum shops have these one opportunities for the holiday season. Another great place to find these one opportunities are your big cathedrals in your major metropolitan cities that are generally attracting a lot of tourists. So the Los Angeles Cathedral downtown, its gift shop, yes. The Cathedral of St. Louis in New Orleans, yes, it's a great gift shop. You go in there, they will have one-time opportunity items they made for that holiday season. They're going to sell them out, and they're not going to come back. They will come back if they did not have the demand for it. Guess what? If it's good, they sell out. If they're in demand, they will sell out. They're not going to come back. Yeah, you never would have thought about buying holiday one opportunity items in a museum, gift shop, or your church gift shop. But guess what? Insanely cheap. Insanely cheap. $10, $15. In the case of many churches, this is the way they help fund the church. And they want you to come in. Even your local church may have a gift shop, and its gift shop may surprise you. Sometimes the gift shops are done specifically for the church, but other times it's local merchants who are patrons of the church who said, I want to have my products featured in your church to help generate funds, and they'll donate the items. They'll make it, donate it, and then the church will sell it, and the proceeds will help fund the church. And the artists are local craftsmen, and you're not going to see them anywhere else. So that's the beauty of buying from a local church's gift shop, buying from a local museum's gift shop during the holiday season. You may not think to go in there, but it happens. But also the supermarket. People never think of buying holiday items in the supermarket, but the beverage liquor department is insane. It's just insane. There's always those items that are not in the liquor department that may be in the decoration, in the shelves when you're going to buy some turnips or more. But those opportunities across the board are there as well. It's a hard day for me to manipulate stuff because there's so many props on set. Let me get around the cowboy boots. There we go. And the absolute. And let me jump back in the live chat and see some of your incredible comments about your one opportunities. Deliciousness, says Julie. Dollar store is cheaper. Yeah, but you're not, for Sandy, dollar stores for this type of stuff. No, I would go out of the box. I would look at places where people don't think to look. The supermarket, the local supermarket, and those gift shops. Absolutely. Great bottles being sold by the guy in the trench coat on the corner in Anaheim. There you go. On a corner. So Bob Bacon, who was in the live chat yesterday and talked about the wonders of buying unusual mugs at an amusement park in Southern California, Knott's Berry Farm, today talks about the corner. You never know what that guy or gal in the corner has. Absolutely. I love shopping those gift shops, says Anne. Let's see some more of those comments. Cathedrals, really? Yes, Anne. Absolutely. Cathedral gift shops are incredible. And you're just going to be mind blown by what they have in there. Give yourself some time because they're usually very small stores and there's an enormous amount of product in there and the product just spans everything. And Anne says, love museums. Let's see some more of the comments. Oh, here's Bob Bacon. I have a Kool-Aid bottle shaped like Mr. Kool-Aid. I love it. Clifford, how was your Thanksgiving? It was wonderful. How was yours, Clifford? And I don't drink. And the great thing is you don't have to drink any of these. It's just decoration. Absolutely. Here's Lorraine C. Absolute did what does that say? A neoprene zippered cover with the Lakers on it last couple of years. Wow. That is incredible. So there's all those incredible things. Shannon says, I have a Michael Jackson Pepsi can. Wow, there you go. Let's see some more of the incredible comments across the board. There's Shelton. Hey, LALATE, how are you? How are you, Shelton? Train station gift shops in Fullerton. Oh, wow. Train station gift shops. Yeah. That is the same as any of your port of calls or your airport duty free or your airport gift shops. I got to tell you, those gift shops when you travel are just insane. And that is a great one. Amtrak, Union Station here in Los Angeles, you just know they're going to have good stuff in there. So try it out. Well, we talked about earlier yesterday in the live chat, and I can't remember who it was. It may have been Shannon, where I said, if you see it, buy it. Don't hesitate, because they ain't going to be there again. These items, the Absolute bottle, they may have 2 in your supermarket, and you see and you're like, I don't know. Buy it, because it's 2. They're not going to keep track of where the other Absolute bottle is. They're not going to say, oh, we have another Absolute bottle in the other Ralph's, 5 blocks away. They're not going to keep track of it. So just buy it and don't wait a second. Here is Kalisha. I have an ornament that has an angel on it from 1966. Wow, that is incredible. And there is Teresa. There's Maria. There's Julie. And there is John and Maria as well. Let's see some more of the incredible comments. Kathy, I heard that Biden's about to sign the checks. Is that true? No, not true. Let's see. Clifford said, my Thanksgiving went well. Great to hear that, Clifford. And so if you're just joining us, let's recap what we covered in today's video. A lot of details. First, let's go back to Recon, and then we'll go back into the holiday decor. So the latest update about the Recon is that overnight, the House and Senate passed the debt ceiling limit extension, moving it to February. I told you they're going to do it on Thursday. They did it. It's done. Meaning they've now freed up their schedule. 2 takeaways from this that are huge. 1, frees up the Senate's schedule to do the recon. So that's big for you. More time to allow them to get their recon done. The second item, you're only going to hear on this channel. You're not going to hear it anywhere else. Joe Manchin voted in favor of the debt ceiling limit and against an amendment to change it. There was a provision in the debt ceiling limit that talked about funding mask mandates. And Joe Manchin previously said, I don't want it in there. There's something I've taught you on this channel is Joe Manchin always says, I don't want it. But when the vote's called, he votes with the Democrats. He votes in favor of things. So guess what? The amendment came up last night to take out that provision from the debt ceiling limit. And Joe Manchin voted with the Democrats and kept it in there. So this is exactly what I tell you you're getting with Joe Manchin. A lot of smoke and a lot of mirrors, but when the vote is called, he votes in favor of things. This is why I've never thought of much about Joe Manchin. And early in February and March, people would always say, why don't you cover Joe Manchin more on this channel? I say, because he always votes in favor of things. He calls a lot of smoke, but when the vote is called, It's always a favor, which is fine. A lot of people want to do that. They want to, get the topic discussion, but they still support you when the push comes to shove. The major other thing that happened overnight was early this morning before sunrise, the jobs number came in. It was a blowout. It was blowouts for someone in your regards. First, lowest unemployment number since 2019. Less than 3% of the American public, well, about 3% of the American public is now unemployed. And the Federal Reserve wants about a 2.8% number by next year. So we're almost there. We are blowing it out of the water, folks. We're doing great on this. Number two, the best unemployment number for Latinos and African Americans since 2019. The lowest number of unemployed Latinos and African Americans since 2019. So great numbers for them as well. Number three, the labor shortage number was the best in many, many months, meaning people went back in the workforce that were sitting on the wayside. The salary demands dropped, meaning the price of labor dropped. What does this mean? People who are on the wayside were not going back in the labor force. They are now. Why? Maybe the end of FPC, maybe the settling down of COVID. Their concerns are no longer there. They're coming back in the workforce. This is great for you for many reasons. The number one reason it helps you is inflation. Inflation is caused by labor shortage. Labor shortage is going away, folks. They're coming back in the labor workforce. They're not getting those higher salaries. They're not demanding higher salaries. They're coming in. That means that more truckers are driving the trucks. More product is getting to the store. More stores are being stocked with the goods. The price of goods is coming down. Inflation is settling down. This is all great news for you across the board. Meantime, the great news about Recon, if you missed at the top of this recording, is that your advocacy is working. We have been talking about 6 senators since the month of May, and I talked about re-avocation in the last 2 weeks, picking up the phone and re-avocating again to those 6 senators. The breaking news on Holidays LA right today is that 5 of those 6 senators say they're putting in an MSC, which stands for multiple IRS stimulus check. We now have all 5 of 6. The missing holdout is Ron Wyden. So if you haven't called Ron Wyden's office, advocate for its inclusion. We have Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer all saying it's going in there. The missing link is Wyden, who said months earlier it was going in there, but the re-avocation is at issue. I want people to pick up the phone and advocate once again, because we've been advocating since May. I want them to hear from you. Those senators you want to call: Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, he's the one who has not said yes again. Sanders and Schumer, you need to pick up the phone and advocate across the board. And with that, what a great day it has been. Coming up next is our Afternoons LA show. So make sure you subscribe. Go down to this video and hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes. And consider becoming a member to get that incredible newsletter tonight that comes out at 7 p.m. If you haven't already, get ready for the 1 o'clock afternoon show. It comes up right after this video. This video will automatically take you there. Then we have a big afternoon show at 3 o'clock. It's brand new. A big evening show at 5 o'clock. And finally, 2 new shows coming to this channel: Calcino, the humor-only show, and the new Metaverse show that explains for you how to make money in the Meta universe and how to interact with your friends and family and community as well. Those details coming up in a new limited run series coming to this channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. And with that, thank you for joining me on today's Holidays LA. Join me every day at 11 a.m. for Holidays LA. Have a beautiful day. And remember to stay positive, informed, and also motivated across the board. Holidays LA is every day on this channel at 11 a.m. And join me next on Afternoons LA.